Unless they're two kids on a Ferris wheel, looking down at their weenie dad.
The sad thing is they didn't even look at me. I was like, did you see me waving? There's like, no, we were looking out at the ocean and stuff.
This is Then You Ruined It, the podcast that will last until one of us makes it weird. Hope you have a short commute.
So it's that magical time of year, which happens, I think, 3 times a year now, that the Siglers go on vacation. Woo! Steve doesn't do high-pitched things well, so I think that was supposed to be wee, and instead I just heard so it's either dead air, I don't know, because you can't whistle that high, or because Audacity or Google Meet killed it.
Yeah, I got the notification that we are reducing your noise. I'd rather you not do that. I like my noise. My noise is what got us here. It's what brought me to this dance.
Google said no, I'm good there. Thank you.
The algorithm has spoken. Your noise is unnecessary.
They've been telling us that for years, but it hadn't stopped us. Huh? Huh? Still podcasting.
Woo!
Anyways, yes, we went on vacation. And I can tell we don't go on vacation very often or to many different places, because when I returned, I said, we went on vacation. That's where we were for a week. Somebody said, oh, did you go to Kansas to visit your folks? And I said, nope. Oh, you must have gone to Myrtle Beach. And I said, yep, the other one.
Jason, I believe you're officially in a rut.
Yeah, that's confirmed. Not surprising, given me, and also it's a family thing. So my in-laws would go to Myrtle Beach every summer, really. Just as a family vacation that they all loved doing. They had the restaurants they loved and everything. And after my mother-in-law passed away, we didn't go for a while. And I think we were kind of waiting for my son to grow up a little more so he could enjoy it. And once he did, we started going again, and like, oh yeah, we love this. We have to go every year. Let's try and get a room in that place, because that place looks amazing. So we this year did exactly that. We got a room in the cool condo that has the indoor water park.
Oh, that is cool.
Never once did I think, when looking at these condos and staying in the more rinky-dink ones, did I think, someday we can afford that place. It is, I believe, what the kids call relationship goals. Except the relationship is, I want to stay in a place that doesn't have cockroaches.
That's just a life goal. That's nothing to do with your relationship. So, like, as a non-Myrtler, what keeps bringing you back? What is Myrtle Beach? Is it a beach? Because I know Pebble Beach isn't a beach.
Yes, Myrtle Beach is indeed. I mean, it's an area, so it's not all beach. But yes, the Atlantic Ocean is right beside us when we stay there. So it's like literally leave the hotel, condo, whatever we're staying in, and walk across the dunes. Boom, you're on the beach.
Nice.
Yes, it's very nice. Even during spring break, when it's, early April, and it's not unsurprising to have nights where it could be in like the 30s or 40s. Luckily, this time we didn't experience that. We had plenty of warm weather, and again, the indoor water park, which was heated the entire time. Not a whole lot of families there because it's spring break, not summer, so it worked out beautifully. And I was pleasantly surprised to see my kids doing their best to get along. I think that's because they had their cousin who she's an only child, and she kind of has it tough for various reasons, and so she really likes playing with them, but she also just has a totally different personality than them, and they gel. And I won't say they gang up on her, but they definitely they join forces when she's around, because it's like, no, we like it like this, and there's 2 of us and 1 of you, so we're gonna do it all. And that's not a good thing. And I won't say it's a good thing, but it does make them more unified, and it's a better overall experience for me being around them, because it's like, okay, at least you guys are getting along, so I'll deal with this, but also be nice to your cousin. she has few prospects going on right now.
So this is something you should have learned a long time ago, Jason. To properly deal with children, You need to give them a common enemy to unite them.
No, I've learned that. I just, again, the common enemy in this case is a cousin that's in between them in ages. So it's like, you don't really have, this isn't fair to you. You're not an older cousin that's like, you can take it. You're the older one. It's like, no, you're in between. You don't deserve this. So there was one golden moment that I'm still shocked happened and worked as well as it did. So we go to an area at Myrtle Beach that's called Broadway at the Beach. And this is a big area that's largely over water, but it's a lot of shops and restaurants and everything. It's a great place to go to. They have an aquarium, a Ripley's aquarium, and other things to do. Yeah, we go there every time. We have to go there at least twice because they have so much to do and great restaurants. So we end up there and we go to the pavilion, which is, they have two different ones. There's one for older kids and one's for younger kids. And they have different rides that you can do. It's like a small carnival that's come to town. And the kids love it. At one point, they both look up at the massive Ferris wheel. Like, oh, we have to do that. And I was like, well, I'm the only one here. Mommy's still off doing work things. So she'll be here eventually. But until then, Daddy's terrified of heights. And it says right here on the sign.
You must not be a pussy to ride.
Basically, yes. I mean, it specifically says, and I've done it before, and I was mostly okay, but when it got to the top, stopped and started swaying, I got like a skittish dog. I was like, oh, this is not right. And my wife was even on there with me, and she's just like, just sit down, it'll be fine. And I sat down on the floor of the thing, because it's a big Ferris wheel. It's not like a normal Ferris wheel where you're sitting in it, and you have the bar holding you in. This is encased in glass. It couldn't be safer. But I had to like lay on the floor of it so I would feel like I was closer to the ground. So I didn't like tip it over and kill us all or whatever. So I didn't want to go through that with the kids because I was like, if I freak out and have a panic attack at the top of this thing, they're not going to talk me down. They're just going to make it worse. So let's just not do that.
Look, Dad, I can shake it. Look, Dad, I can shake it.
Yeah. So I told myself, yeah, let's just wait. Let's not do that now. And they were both adamant, and they were like, let's do it. We can just do it. I'm just like, no, that's stupid and not happening. Come on. No, look at the thing that says you have to be this tall. And my daughter obviously meets that because she's like double the height now. But my son, I thought was even lower. So I thought, okay, well, he can't get on and she won't be able to be like the adult for him. So that's not going to happen. And he walks up to it and he's a full like 6 inches taller than I'm like, oh crap. Okay, well, you meet the height requirement. Do you meet the dad requirement? Which is, would you get all the way up there at the top? It stops and you fight. And no one's there to stop the fight. No one's there to calm one of you down. Oh. No one's there to dry your eyes. And they, of course, do the kid thing of like, of course we won't fight. No, I love him and she loves me. No, why would we do that, Dad? Come on. You're being preposterous.
This is a money-making opportunity. You know how they have those like slingshot rides that they always have the camera in so you can watch people freak out and almost come out of their shirts and stuff. You do something like that on Ferris wheels and you just find the couple or the siblings, like find two people who are riding together who are just waiting for one thing to go wrong in their vacation before they just go tooth and nail at each other. And you record it and you put it on YouTube.
I mean, yeah, that would work.
Come on, carnies. Make it happen.
I mean, like you said, they already do that on like certain rides, and that's because that's the money one. That's like, okay, this is where they're going to lose it. In this case, we were at, like I said, the kiddie end of things. So it's like, there's nothing like that unless your kid really freaks out severely at certain things. So the chances of that happening here are relatively nil, unless they go up in a Ferris wheel together and, shit pops off. So, I gave him a chance and I said, okay, you guys want to do this? You're tall enough. Go tell the guy, scan my thing and go on up. Like don't fight because there's nothing I can do if nobody can do anything for you up there. So it's up to you. So they go around the little weaving in out thing and get up there and the guy scans it and he looks out at me just like, Dad gonna go? And they're like, no, he's afraid of heights. And I nodded my head like, they're not wrong. That is why I'm not going. This is a father saying, please take care of my children. And so they had to wait while it came back around until they had an empty car that they could get in. And they got on. And a miracle of miracles. They went around 3 times, I think, all the way and got off and had a blast. We're talking about all the sights that they could see while they were up there, and it went off without a hitch. And I was shocked, and still, like I said, to this day, am not certain that my children actually came back. That some like swap kind of multiverse thing happened up there, and now I've got different kids.
But they're better kids.
That might bear out. I'm trying to think of the things they've done since we got home. It's possible. So juxtapose that with what happened later on in the trip, which, okay. So I was going to say it's no fault of anybody's, but it is. Because let's face it, we know. Donald Trump's a huge piece of shit. And this is not the first of my vacations he has ruined. It's probably not going to be the last, unfortunately. But just his policies and his administration, it's just the dirt worst for so many people. And I hate him so much. And never was this more apparent for me than the gold, what I was waiting for, the golden moment of Wednesday morning, the announcement of the Switch 2. I was ready for it. I even told everybody, don't talk to me. Don't mess with me. I'm not doing anything when this is happening. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to enjoy it. And then I will come back to whatever moment you want me to be having with the family. But for that time is going to be mine. And they're like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. We'll be getting around and getting ready to go wherever we went that day. And so I did and enjoyed it. And they talked about the high price point and everything else that everybody's already heard at this point. And the fact that you can't pre-order it till the next week in the US especially. So, all right, well, I'm going to set up for that, and I'll hopefully get one secured for us next Wednesday. And then the next day it came down that Trump announces new tariffs, and here they are. And holy crap, are they more far-reaching and bigger than anybody thought they would be. And as a result, Nintendo says, well, we're going to maybe not take pre-orders in the US just yet until we figure out what's going on here. So put a hold on that, put a pin in that, and we'll come back to it. And that news ruined the rest of that day for me. You could have put me in that stupid Ferris wheel and had me go around all day, and I wouldn't have noticed. And I only told my wife about it at the end of that day. I said there was something else that was bothering me that day, and it just put me in a funk. And it wasn't.
So wait, you didn't even warn her? You just were a total miserable little beehole the whole day, and then at the end of the day, you explained it to your wife in such a way that she might sympathize.
So in this case, I'm not proud of myself, but I at least kept it. I kept it internalized. Like I didn't ruin anybody else's day. I did all the activities with everybody. I didn't stay in the hotel room and just be sad all day because that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't do that. We went out and did other things with another family we actually know from here, from our home, that was also there. So we gained up with them and had a great time with the kids and everything. So it was a good day, but I just, ruined that one day and still not happy about it. And bled off from my vacation into the regular life back here at home. And you didn't even know the Switch 2 was announced, did you?
I did. I knew all this stuff, but I also knew that $90 games, I'm not going to buy any of these things. So like they tariff themselves out of my price range. So I'm sorry, Nintendo. Like I get it. And you can say things are getting more and more expensive, but I can also look at all the other games that I have stored up that I haven't played. And like at this point, Steam is free. I could play new Steam games for the next 5 years and not spend a cent. So, yeah, I'm paying $90 for a game. I bought very few Switch games because they were all too expensive for me. So I empathize. I do. But I think there are bigger fishes to fry in this particular kettle of crap.
Wow. What a mixed metaphor that is. Bigger fish to fry in this kettle of crap. Who wants to taste from my kettle of crap?
Also, who cooks fish in a kettle? I don't know. You don't, but we've all lost the plot here.
Yeah, very much so. So I'm still shocked that every time I bring it up, my wife doesn't just smack me across the face and say, "You ignorant slut. You think you're getting a Switch 2 when neither of us are going to have a job come like 1 month. What the hell are you thinking?" But every time I brought it up, it's always, yeah, that's the one like purchase we're going to allow because we're a Switch family and I know you, so you have to have the Switch 2. I haven't fought that yet. I'm not going to. I will secure one. I will be happy again someday. But today is not that day.
Yeah, well, I wish you the best of luck. I really do. I hope everyone is happy with everything, because no one's going to be happy with anything for a while. Unless they're two kids on a Ferris wheel, looking down at their weenie dad.
The sad thing is they didn't even look at me. I was like, "Did you see me waving?" There's like, "No, we were looking out of the ocean and stuff." Like, okay, well, that's
we were
cool.
looking at things that were inspiring, Dad, not you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for joining
I'm
us
gonna
for
go
another
spend the night in
episode
the
of Then You Ruined It. If you enjoy our flavor of nonsense, please like and subscribe wherever you found us. And please
I'll
share
put a
with your
light in the
friends
closet.
and cooler family members.